These 3 trades made me 12% in 24 hours. And that's not even the best part. The best part is I took all of these trades using the brand new GFX Trading Model. I'm going to break down each of the 3 trades so you can see exactly what this GFX Trading Model is all about, and also our logic and thought processes behind each trade, why we took them, how we took them, and where we targeted with them. So without further ado, let's turn to the charts and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we're going to start off on UJ, and as I said, these weren't on the same day, but they were all within 24 hours, hence the title of the video. So we're going to start off on UJ on the 5-minute chart, and actually 2 of the trades came off of UJ itself. Now what I love about this new model is that with our GFX Trading Model, we managed to capitalise on 12%, whereas the normal old liquidity supply and demand model would have only capitalised on 4% out of these 3 trades, because 2 of them they wouldn't have even taken. And as we know, anyone that still does trade the liquidity supply and demand model, the results on that have been absolutely horrific, especially on a 30-minute chart. So, and we actually do have a 30-minute trade to go through later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. So we have managed to revitalise the 30-minute chart, so it's not completely dead, but like I say, in this new model, we managed to get 12% as opposed to 4% on the old model. So let's get into the trades, and the first one is this UJ trade. This one is pretty textbook. Now by now you would have seen the video where I explained all of the rules of the new trading model, so I want to go over them again in case you don't know. So what we're looking for here is, this is a pretty textbook trade, so I'm going to start off from beginning to end. And what we've got here is a swing low here. And the first rule is that we never take middle zones. We either take continuation trades or we take the extreme zones at the bottom of a swing or the top of a swing if we're taking a supply zone. Now one rule with this swing is they need to be at least 2 candles. That gives us enough of a swing to actually react from. So for example, if I imagine there was a zone over here, see this is only 1 candle. This is only a 1 candle swing. So that's what we call a zone as part of a straight line move. Now we don't want to do that because it's very high chance that we're not going to react from it. So our first rule is the swing that creates the zone must be at least 2 candles. And then secondly, what we're after is rule number 2. As we all know, we're looking for a short, sharp move up away from our zone. And what that short, sharp move up does is it leaves imbalance behind. Now the second rule is exactly that. We must see imbalance directly above our demand zone or directly below our supply zone. Now what that does is, as we know, imbalance is an open piece of price within the markets where price is naturally always attracted to come and fill it. Because in that gap there's unfilled orders from institutions because there was an imbalance between buyers and sellers. So price needs to come down to rebalance it. That's why imbalance is so powerful. So you can see here, let me quickly mark out the gap for you here. Now what we've got is this would have been the imbalance. So from that candle to that candle there, let me change the color of this so you can see it a little bit better. I'll take off that and I'll put it into red for you. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. Let me make it a little bit darker for you. There we go. So when price first moved off, this was the gap. And as you can see, when we got the liquidity that came towards the zone, it kind of filled that gap, but not all of it, which still left an open piece of price action for us to come and fill later. So our gap is now here. So from the top of that candle to the top of this candle. Now that gap may look insignificant, but I promise you it's not. Price will always still look to try and come and fill it before it moves off in its intended direction. So we know we've got that gap there. We get our liquidity. As we know, liquidity still needs to be at least 2 candles. It needs to come close to the zone but not touch it. We're then looking for price to move back away from the zone, and this time to break structure and create a newer high, which it has done there, as you can see. Let me just draw a line across there like that. So you can see there, it's clearly broke that high that created the liquidity, because what that tells us is that people actually got in down here. So the fact that people got in down there has managed to cause price to break that structure. So that's how we know there's plenty of liquidity behind it. And once we have that, price obviously needs to come back down to the zone. And here's where a few of our new rules come into place. Now this trade is actually the first trade that the usual liquidity supply and demand traders would have been able to take, because it actually suited their model. So how they would have taken this is they would have waited for the first candle close, their stop loss would have gone below this wick, and they would have made a healthy 3. They would have targeted this high, so they would have made a nice 3% on the trade. But whereas when we take trades now, we enter at the zone and we have our stop loss on the bottom of the zone like that. So when we targeted the trade, we made pretty much 4% from that. We did actually target 4% because that's part of the new rules as well. So we only take 1 to 4s on the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, that hit that very, very nicely. A lot of people might comment and say, if you enter the zone as it gets tapped, isn't that very risky? Well, yes it is, but with the confluences that we have in place before that, it actually gives the trade a very, very high chance of reacting off the zone and going in the other direction. So that's why, okay, if you entered on the zone on its own, that is risky. But how we do it is we have to have those other confluences line up in order to do that. We have back tested this to the absolute hills, and believe me, it's a very, very powerful strategy. So that's the first trade, and as you can see, we picked up a nice 4%. Now, the next trade I'm going to show you is one that the old liquidity supply and demand model traders wouldn't have even taken. Sorry to interrupt this video, but this is a quick and friendly reminder to just say our VIP Discord has just gone live. I will leave a link to that in the description, and what you're going to get access to is a ton of value, a ton of resources, cheat sheets. You're going to get cheat sheets on our trading management, our risk management, how we trade funded accounts, all the rules and the nuances and variances behind this new trading model that I'm about to reveal to you in this video. And of course, you're going to be able to trade a lot closely with myself and my brother. You're going to be able to take all the trades that we take because we're going to post them, how, when, and why we're taking them as we're taking them. So if you are struggling in your own trading and you want to trade a little bit more closely with us, you can do exactly that in the VIP Discord. And there's also going to be VIP exclusive live streams and trading chats where you can chat to, ask questions to other traders in your exact position, taking trading as seriously as you are. If you want to know more, come and join the free Discord first, and if you want to upgrade to the VIP one, that's entirely up to you. The free Discord is just as amazing. You just won't have access to some of the resources and our trades, but you will have access to everyone else in the community. So I will leave the link in the description, come and check it out, and without further ado, I will let you get back on with the video. So naturally, we've got this big move down. We want to come and correct it. We've still got loads of imbalance up here. We've got open supply zones up here as well, so they're naturally going to be our first targets. And with price break on this high here, it's a very good indication that we're now coming up to do that. So that was the thesis behind taking this trade. And when I talk about all these new nuances with this trading model, the basics behind the trading strategy are still the same. So you still have to be in trend. You still have to make higher highs and higher lows if you're taking biceps and things like that. So the basics of the trading concept stays the same. We've just adjusted a few and added our own rules into the strategy as well. So with this trade, it's very, very similar. I'm not going to go through as in detail like I did before in the last trade, but what we have here is very, very similar. So here's where we have our minimum of a 2 candle swing. So if this candle here, this top candle here, if that was bullish and we just had the one bearish candle, we wouldn't take this zone because then that's not enough of a swing for us to react from. It's what we call a zone as part of a straight line move. So we don't take that. And this trade was a continuation trade because that's another rule as well. Sorry, it's all coming to me as I'm thinking out loud here, but we don't no longer take middle zones. We only ever take continuation trades or the extreme zones. Now why? Because as soon as that continuation zone has been broken, that for us is confirmation that that swing is now over. And then based on what we know about price, once the swing is over, price will always look to come and correct all of that swing, all of the imbalances within it, to then continue on its intended direction to make higher highs and higher lows again. So we only ever take continuation trades, and you can tell this is a continuation trade because it's the nearest demand zone to where price currently is. So what we wouldn't do is, you can see we've got a demand zone down here, we have, and our extreme zone would be down here. So what would be okay is if this bottom zone here had liquidity in front of it, we could take that. In no circumstances would we take this middle zone, because although it has got liquidity in front of it, this is the nearest zone to price, and if that fails, it's normally a good indication that price is coming down to correct the rest of the swing. So the chance of us reacting off some random middle zone is very unlikely. That's another one of the rules to the strategy. And you can see here, if I go over it really quickly, we get our move up, we get our liquidity, we get our break of liquidity, which created the structure. We came down, we actually had a fake out just before The gap got filled, which is okay for us because that's not a reaction from the gap. And then price came into the zone. We would take the trade as soon as price entered the zone with the anticipation that that zone is going to hold up. We've done away with the rule that no candles are allowed to close in the zone, because I feel like because we have our stop loss below the zone, it doesn't really matter what price does within it as long as the whole zone doesn't get invalidated. And if it does, we're ready to take the extreme zone anyway. So you can see here, once we entered on this bearish candle here, as soon as it tapped into the zone, we would have messed around a little bit at the zone, but that's perfectly fine. That's where we just have to control our psychology and control our trade management and sort of back our own concept, if you like. The fact that we think this zone is still going to hold, it's got every reason to hold. It's a continuation. We're trying to take the continuation to this uptrend to take it to a higher time frame supply zone. So, and you can see it does get very close to invalidating the zone, but we just stay in, it turns around, and we end up targeting a 1 to 4, and it meets it pretty neatly. So that's why this new GFX trading model is so powerful, because the old liquidity supply and demand model, they wouldn't have even taken it. The zone is invalidated to them. But whereas for us, because we've got our stop loss below the zone anyway, it doesn't really matter what price does within it, as long as that zone still holds up. And with all the other confluences that we have, there's a high probability that that zone will hold up. And you can see we have our imbalance over here as well. So the imbalance is between these two candles here. So you can see when price came down, we got a little bit of a fake out off this gap here. We came down, we filled the gap, price messed around for a little bit, which is absolutely fine. As I said, we just need to control our psychology in those periods for price to eventually hold up and end up going in our direction. We ended up coming away from the trade with a nice 4%, and that was exactly pretty much 24 hours later that this trade closed compared to the other one. And the final trade I'm going to go through was on a 30-minute chart. So we finally had a 30-minute trade actually win. And this was another trade where, again, why this strategy is so powerful. The old liquidity supply and demand model just wouldn't have even taken it, because it would have invalidated the zone straight away. But with what we're now trading, we're confident that these zones can hold up regardless of what price does within them. So this is very similar, just on a higher time frame to what we just saw. We have our move up, we have our imbalance left behind here, we have our liquidity, our break of structure, we came straight down to the zone, we entered as soon as the zone got tapped, our stop loss goes below the zone, as you can see, and this was very similar to the UJ trade that we just took. It did mess around in the zone for or just above the zone for quite a while, but it did eventually end up going in our direction, and that's what we're trading this concept for. The fact that, you know, we're banking on these zones holding up and doing their job like they should do. And we still have our imbalance here. Again, the imbalance is very small, but trust me, it is very significant to this strategy, because if this was what we call an efficient range and there wasn't no gaps there, price has got no reason to come down and react from it, because there's nothing there that's going to trigger any reaction. So there's no open unfilled orders, or price is already balanced in that area, so it's got no reason to react from it or come down to it in the first place. So although these imbalances seem small, they are very significant and very key part to the strategy. And with this, same again, 1 to 4, we managed to target that and come out with it, albeit a day later, but that closed about the same time as the UJ trade that we just looked at. So again, 3 trades, 2 of them that the old liquidity supply and demand traders wouldn't have even taken, but whereas for us, we managed to capitalize on all 3, all for 4%, and we made 12% in 24 hours. Now I'm going to go through a bonus trade for you, just to show you how powerful this trading model is. Now this is not part of the 12% in 24 hours, because this happened outside of that. But what I'm going to show you is another 30-minute trade that thankfully did go to plan. But what I'm going to show you here is the difference between these 2 models. You can see there, we have everything we looked for. We have our balance, we have our liquidity, we have our break of structure, we have our return to zone. But on the return to zone, here is the key thing. The old model that we used to trade, your entry point would be on the first candle close, and your stop loss would go below the wick of that candle. Now what happened here? Well, we had a little bit of a move up, and then we had 2 massive wicks, one of which came down and wicked all of those stop losses out. Whereas us, we're getting in, firstly, in the zone, so we're well into profit before they've even entered the trade, and our stop loss goes below the zone like that. So by those extra wicks coming down to wick all the other traders out, we're still perfectly fine and we're still in the trade, and we're simply targeting a 1 to 4 again, which is what we did, and we stayed in the trade for a nice healthy 4%. So that's a bonus trade for you, and that's another one on a 30-minute chart. But like I said, this trading strategy is unbelievably powerful. We have been testing this for some time now, and we've got proof of concept now. We're happy to start releasing it into our VIP Discord. And you've got to remember that we're putting our trading on the line with this model as well. So we have to have enough belief in it that it's going to work for us to back our trading with it as well. So if this new trading concept was no good, you know, it's not going to do us any favors or our community any favors. So like I said, all the rules, all the intricacies, all the nuances of this strategy is all available in our Discord. So come and join the Discord, come and see what it's all about. I'll leave the link in the description. You would not see these type of results with any other strategy that I know. Certainly not with the old liquidity supply and demand trading model. But with this model, the refinements that we've made, the new rules we've added in, the results have just been literally night and day. So join our VIP Discord if you want to see exactly how we take trades and when we take them. You'll also get access to loads and loads of exclusive resources that we've personally made to help everyone from a beginner trader all the way to an advanced trader, so you can get to see the variances behind this strategy, how to trade them, how to analyze the markets, how to read them properly, and stuff like that. So like I said, I'll leave that link in the description. Come and check it out if you want to. If not, there's plenty of other videos on the YouTube channel that will help you out with your trading as well. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.